10 ugly habits you should avoid in old age for a graceful and fulfilling life. Aging is a privilege. Not everyone is lucky enough to experience. The later stages of life, often referred to as the twilight years, can be some of the most enriching and meaningful if approached with wisdom, dignity, and grace. However, this phase can also be fraught with emotional challenges, physical limitations, and social shifts that push many elderly people into patterns of behavior that are detrimental to both themselves and their relationships with others. Contrary to popular belief, aging gracefully is not merely about physical appearance or health. It is largely about mindset, how you choose to carry yourself, how you treat others, and how open you remain to life despite your years. Unfortunately, many people fall into certain habits as they age, habits that isolate them, create resentment, or foster negativity. These behaviors, while common, are not inevitable. Recognizing and consciously avoiding them is the key to living a life that is not just long, but also fulfilling and respected. Below are 10 toxic habits that older adults should strive to avoid to ensure that their golden years remain truly golden, not just in length, but in quality. 1. Constant complaining. While it's normal to experience physical discomfort or to feel nostalgic about the past, constant complaining serves no one, not you, and not the people around you. Chronic negativity drains emotional energy and can push away even the most devoted family members or friends. People want to be around those who uplift them, not those who consistently pull them into a sea of complaints about health, politics, or how things used to be better. Embrace gratitude as a daily practice. It transforms your worldview and invites more joy into your life. 2. Trying to control your children's lives. Many elderly individuals fall into the trap of trying to dictate the choices and lifestyles of their adult children or grandchildren. While your advice and experience are valuable, it's important to offer guidance, not control. Each generation faces a unique set of circumstances, and your role is to support and encourage, not criticize and impose. Controlling behavior often leads to resentment and strained relationships. Let your children live their lives and be there as a compassionate, understanding presence when they seek your wisdom. 3. Hoarding money out of fear. It's wise to manage your finances prudently, but hoarding money out of fear or mistrust can rob you of a comfortable retirement. You've worked hard your entire life, now is the time to enjoy it. Whether it's treating yourself to something nice, supporting your grandchildren's education, or contributing to charity, using your money purposefully can bring immense satisfaction. Don't let a scarcity mindset deny you the joy that thoughtful generosity can bring. 4. Becoming physically inactive. As people age, many begin to withdraw from physical activity. While slowing down is natural, total inactivity can accelerate aging. Movement is life. Whether it's gentle walks, tai chi, yoga, gardening, or stretching, maintaining some form of physical exercise is essential for preserving strength, balance, and mental clarity. Being active doesn't just help your body, it boosts your mood, supports better sleep, and keeps loneliness at bay. 5. Living entirely in the past. Reminiscing can be comforting, but living entirely in the past can create emotional stagnation. Often, older people fall into a pattern of endlessly reliving the good old days while dismissing the present as inferior or disappointing. This perspective can alienate younger generations and keep you from experiencing the beauty of the now. Cherish your memories, yes, but also remain open to creating new ones. 6. Social withdrawal and isolation. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous conditions for seniors, often leading to depression, cognitive decline, and even physical illness. Yet, many elderly people isolate themselves due to mobility issues, hearing loss, or fear of being a burden. It's important to make an effort to stay socially connected. Join community groups, attend local events, talk to neighbors, or even just maintain a regular phone call schedule with friends and family. Staying socially active nourishes the soul. 7. Harboring envy and bitterness. As life progresses, it's easy to compare yourself to others and feel envious of their success, health, or family closeness. But envy is a toxic emotion that corrodes your peace of mind. Instead of resenting what others have, practice appreciation for your own blessings. Celebrate the victories of others, it makes your own life richer. The more you uplift others, the more you uplift yourself. 8. Rejecting new ideas or technologies. A closed mind is an aging mind. Embracing new ideas, learning new skills, or trying out new technologies doesn't just keep you relevant, it keeps your brain young. Whether it's learning to use a smartphone, exploring new hobbies, or simply listening without judgment to new perspectives, staying mentally flexible can improve your relationships and quality of life. Remember, curiosity has no expiration date. 9. Holding on to old grudges. Grudges are emotional toxins. Carrying old anger or unresolved conflicts into old age can weigh heavily on your heart. Now is the time to release those burdens. Forgive where you can, not because the other person necessarily deserves it, but because you deserve peace. A heart free from resentment is a heart at ease. 10. Forgetting to express gratitude. Lastly, one of the most beautiful qualities in old age is a heart full of gratitude. The simple act of thanking life, people, and even yourself creates a ripple of positivity that touches everyone around you. When gratitude becomes a daily practice, bitterness fades. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate thankfulness. It is the essence of graceful aging. Growing old is a journey that every human hopes to embark upon. But reaching an old age that is filled with bitterness, complaints, and loneliness is not what we dream of. Aging should be about refinement, not deterioration. By avoiding these 10 toxic habits, you open the door to a late life filled with dignity, respect, warmth, and joy. You become someone your family looks up to, your community cherishes, and younger generations learn from. Remember, true beauty in old age comes not from wrinkle-free skin, but from a spirit that shines with wisdom, kindness, and grace. Let your later years be a light, not just for yourself, but for everyone blessed enough to walk beside you. If you're between 60 and 70 and can still do these 7 things, you are truly a rare gem. Life after 60 is often perceived as the final stage of one's journey, where the bustle of youth fades, and the days seem to move slower, calmer. For many, this is a time of reflection, of looking back on what has been built, what has been lost, and what still lies ahead in the golden years. It is a phase that tests resilience, where the body begins to demand more rest, and the mind occasionally wanders into nostalgia. Yet, within this quiet period, some individuals stand out, not for wealth or status, but for the exceptional way they embrace life with unwavering strength, clarity, and grace. These are the rare gems among us. Those who, despite the challenges of age, still shine with vitality, purpose, and peace. If you are in your 60s and can still do the following 7 things, then you are truly extraordinary. You are not merely surviving old age, you are redefining it. 1. You can still live independently and take care of yourself. One of the most valuable indicators of well-being in later life is the ability to maintain independence. Being able to cook your own meals, clean your living space, bathe and dress without assistance, and manage your personal schedule speaks volumes about your physical and mental condition. In a world where aging often brings dependency, your autonomy becomes an emblem of strength and dignity. It's not just about pride, though that plays a part, it's about quality of life. Independent seniors often report higher self-esteem and greater happiness. You know your routines, your preferences, your comforts. You don't rely on others to navigate your day. This self-sufficiency, even in small things like making your morning tea or watering the garden, is a quiet act of resistance against the narrative of decline. It is a testament to your discipline, lifestyle, and willpower over the years. 2. You maintain a regular physical activity routine. Physical vitality is often one of the first casualties of aging. But if you are still committed to a daily walk, a light jog, yoga, swimming, or even dancing, then you are not only caring for your body but also preserving your joy. Movement is more than medicine, it's a language of freedom. Regular physical activity enhances cardiovascular health, strengthens bones, improves balance, and reduces the risk of chronic illnesses. More importantly, it elevates mood, sharpens cognition, and keeps the spirit youthful. You may not run marathons, but your morning stretches or evening strolls are quiet declarations that you are still actively engaged with life and health. That mindset alone is gold. 3. You still feel passionate about life and stay curious. What makes a life rich is not merely longevity, but depth. Passion brings depth to your days. If you still feel excited to learn new things, be it reading a novel, tending to your bonsai, knitting, writing, or playing the piano, then your soul is still in full bloom. Curiosity doesn't fade with age unless we let it. To ask questions, to seek understanding, to immerse yourself in hobbies or artistic expression is to remain mentally and emotionally alive. Passion, no matter how quiet, is the compass that gives direction to every day. It fuels optimism, creativity, and a sense of fulfillment that no external wealth can provide. 4. Your memory remains sharp and your thinking is clear. Cognitive health is among the most precious assets in later life. If you can recall names, recognize faces, remember birthdays, manage your finances, or engage in thoughtful conversation, you are defying one of the most feared aspects of aging, mental decline. This clarity of thought is not accidental. It often results from years of mental exercise, balanced nutrition, active social engagement, and stress management. Perhaps you've been a lifelong reader, a keen observer, or someone who always kept their mind engaged. Whatever the reason, your sharpness is not just a personal victory, it's a gift to everyone who speaks with you, learns from you, and enjoys your company. 5. You embrace a positive and grateful attitude toward life. Optimism is not a naive denial of life's hardships. It is a brave choice to look at life with kindness despite the losses, regrets, or limitations that age might bring. If you can smile at strangers, speak kindly of your past, and find reasons to be grateful each day, you have cultivated a wisdom that transcends years. Gratitude and optimism are powerful predictors of longevity and well-being. Seniors who practice daily appreciation often have better emotional resilience, fewer physical ailments, and stronger social bonds. Your smile becomes a source of comfort. Your laughter, a gentle reminder to others that joy doesn't retire with age. 6. You adapt easily and embrace new experiences. To remain open-minded in your later years is a rare and beautiful thing. If you are willing to learn how to use a smartphone, explore the internet, try online classes, or pick up painting or meditation, you are showing that the fire of growth still burns within you. Adaptability in older adults signals a youthful mind. It bridges generations and strengthens your relevance in an ever-changing world. More than that, it shows humility and courage, the ability to say, "I don't know this yet, but I'm willing to learn." Such a mindset is what keeps you from growing old in spirit, even if the body begins to slow down. 7. You have loving, respectful relationships with family and friends. At the end of the day, relationships are what give life its deepest meaning. If you are surrounded by people who care about you, whether children, friends, neighbors, or former colleagues, you have succeeded in the most important human endeavor, connection. Maintaining warm relationships is not just about luck. It's the result of years of kindness, integrity, communication, and emotional maturity. If people want to be around you, to hear your stories, to seek your wisdom, or simply enjoy your presence, it means you've lived a life of heart and depth. Social bonds are life-giving. They provide emotional support, a sense of belonging, and often the will to keep going even when things get tough. If you have love in your life, no matter how simple, you are already rich. Aging is inevitable, but how we age is a choice that unfolds day by day. Some reach their 60s and 70s burdened by bitterness, regret, or resignation. Others, like you, radiate quiet dignity, joy, and strength. If you can still care for yourself, move your body, feed your mind, nurture your heart, and share your life with others, then you are a rare gem, a living testament that the golden years can be truly golden. Let no one tell you that aging is a decline. In your hands, it becomes a rise into wisdom, beauty, and profound meaning. Keep walking your path. You are not just aging, you are inspiring. From ages 60 to 80, try doing these 5 things. I'm confident you'll live to 100. Old age is a special chapter in life, not an ending, but a transition into a deeper state of existence. Between the ages of 60 and 80, many people begin to feel the visible imprints of time on their bodies and minds: graying hair, fading vision, slower steps, and diminished memory. But this is also the time when we have more opportunities to look back at ourselves, to reflect on life, and to cherish the days that still lie ahead. Some choose to enjoy a leisurely retirement, while others are haunted by fears of illness, loneliness, or being forgotten by their children. But at the core, everyone shares a common desire: to live longer, not just in years, but in quality and meaning, cherishing every moment to its fullest. So what are the secrets to aging healthfully, joyfully, and possibly reaching the age of 100? It's not necessarily expensive supplements or top-tier doctors. Sometimes, the key lies in small shifts in daily habits. After years of observation, listening, and learning from centenarians around the world, I've come to believe that if you do just these 5 things, you will lay a strong foundation for a longer, healthier, and happier life. 1. Keep your body moving, in a way that suits your age. One common mistake older adults make is believing that, "I'm old now, I should rest and take it easy." But prolonged inactivity is a silent enemy that accelerates physical decline. At ages 60 to 80, you don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Instead, choose gentle and age-appropriate forms of exercise such as walking 20 to 30 minutes each morning, practicing Qigong, Tai Chi, gentle yoga, or simply gardening, cooking, or taking care of plants. These activities not only keep your joints flexible, improve circulation, and enhance respiration, but also boost your mood and mental clarity. Remember, the parts of the body that go unused will atrophy, so don't let your body become a rusted machine through disuse. 2. Eat to nourish, not just to feel full. At this age, your digestive system slows down and metabolism decreases, so proper eating is critical to maintaining health. Many older people still eat as they did in youth: lots of red meat, fatty foods, sugar, alcohol, and tobacco, leading to issues like fatty liver, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and gout. In contrast, a well-balanced diet, low in salt and sugar, high in fresh vegetables, fruits, fish, legumes, and whole grains, acts as natural medicine to prevent disease. In addition, eat on time, eat moderately, chew slowly, and cultivate gratitude during meals. Many who have lived to 100 did so simply by eating light, home-cooked meals, avoiding late-night snacks, and savoring each bite mindfully. 3. Live lightly. Let go of worries. A calm mind is the best medicine. Many older people live with constant worry about their children, the past, their health, or who will care for them later. Chronic stress weakens the immune system and increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, depression, and more. In contrast, those who know how to let go, live slowly, and practice kindness often enjoy peace of mind, better sleep, fewer illnesses, and greater longevity. Learn to accept what you cannot change. Forgive yourself and others. Find joy in simplicity, a warm cup of tea, a breeze, or a clear morning. Reading, journaling, meditating, chanting, painting, or listening to music. These activities enrich your spirit and help you live more deeply, free from the noise of the outside world. 4. Stay socially connected. Don't withdraw from life. Studies consistently show that seniors with strong social connections live longer and have better physical and mental health. When you have friends to talk to, share moments with, go on walks with, or simply drink tea with, you will no longer feel isolated or empty. On the other hand, those who isolate themselves tend to experience faster cognitive and physical decline. Maintain close relationships. Call old friends, join community groups, senior clubs, or take up new hobbies like dancing, music, or even learning a new language. Staying socially active helps you feel needed and alive, not just existing. 5. Listen to your body, schedule checkups and be proactive. As we age, our bodies are more susceptible to illness. However, many seniors are reluctant to visit doctors unless they're in severe pain or discomfort. This is a dangerous habit. Regular health checkups every 6 months, including blood tests, blood pressure, ultrasounds for the heart, liver, kidneys, lungs, etc., allow for early detection and timely treatment. Pay close attention to signs from your body. Don't ignore dizziness, rapid heartbeat, chest pain, breathlessness, or prolonged insomnia. Learn basic self-care. Monitor key health indicators daily, like blood pressure and blood sugar, and take an active role in managing your well-being. These practices can significantly reduce your risk of stroke, heart attack, and other serious illnesses. Ages 60 to 80 are not the time to give up, but the perfect time to slow down, go deeper, and truly enjoy life. Consider each remaining day a precious gift, a chance to live freely, to love, to experience, and to leave behind a legacy. If you start today, even with small steps like a 10-minute walk, a healthy meal, a call to an old friend, or a moment of deep breathing, you're already moving closer to the goal of living to 100. Live proactively, take responsibility for your health. And remember, longevity and happiness don't come by luck, they are the fruit of wise choices. A healthy lifestyle, and an open heart. After the age of 70, if you notice these 5 signs, you might live to be 100. Aging is an inevitable journey for all of us. Time leaves its mark on both our bodies and minds. However, growing old doesn't necessarily mean growing weak or falling ill. There are people who, even after reaching the milestone age of 70, continue to live with vitality, mental clarity, and joy. They serve as living proof that age is just a number, especially if one knows how to take care of their health, spirit, and mindset. Below are 5 important signs. If you're over 70 and recognize these signs in yourself, it's highly likely that you're on the path to a long, even centenarian life filled with peace and wellness. 1. Mental clarity, good memory, and agile thinking. Cognitive sharpness is one of the most accurate indicators of overall health in the elderly. If you can still remember names, phone numbers, family events, and actively engage in mental activities like reading, solving puzzles, or discussing current affairs with your children or grandchildren, then that's a very positive sign. A well-functioning nervous system and an actively exercised brain help slow down mental aging. Maintaining memory and clarity not only boosts confidence but also significantly reduces the risk of cognitive disorders like dementia or Alzheimer's disease, both of which can seriously impact quality of life in old age. 2. Physical flexibility, independent mobility, and minimal dependence. One of the greatest concerns about aging is the gradual decline in mobility. But if you're still able to walk on your own, climb stairs, do housework, and take care of yourself without assistance, your bones, muscles, circulatory system, and nerves are still in good shape. Studies have shown that independent mobility is a key indicator of longevity. Avoiding frequent falls and fractures and maintaining balance while walking are all excellent signs. Physical flexibility reflects an active lifestyle, one of the most crucial factors in delaying the aging process throughout the body. 3. Good appetite, healthy digestion, and proper nutrient absorption. A healthy digestive system is the foundation of good health. After 70, digestive function typically declines, leading to poor appetite, bloating, indigestion, and malnutrition. However, if you still enjoy your meals, digest well, and rarely experience issues like constipation or diarrhea, you're ahead of the curve. A well-functioning digestive system helps your body absorb essential nutrients and vitamins, boosts immunity, and contributes to a vibrant appearance and balanced energy. Many long-lived elders maintain a moderate, mindful diet rich in vegetables, fruits, and whole grains while limiting fried foods and alcohol. These habits are essential for both digestive health and overall longevity. 4. Optimism, inner peace, and a worry-free mind. Psychological well-being plays a massive role in longevity. Elderly people often face loneliness, anxiety, or depression, especially if they lack family support or mental stimulation. But if you're someone who knows how to let go, lives simply, avoids unnecessary stress, and maintains a positive attitude, that mental outlook becomes an invaluable medicine. Peace of mind helps regulate blood pressure, reduce stress hormones, and strengthen your immune system. Optimistic seniors often maintain strong social connections, participate in clubs, garden, care for pets, or spend time with grandchildren, activities that enrich mental life and contribute significantly to healthy aging. 5. Deep, natural sleep without dependence on sleeping pills. Sleep is a miraculous natural healer. In old age, many experience poor sleep quality, frequent waking, or insomnia, but if you can sleep soundly for 6 to 8 hours a night without sleep aids, and wake up refreshed and alert, that indicates your nervous system is well balanced. Quality sleep allows your body to regenerate, improves memory, repairs damaged tissues, and enhances mood. Elderly individuals who sleep well often have a more radiant appearance, clearer thinking, and better physical health, key components for a long, fulfilling life. Not every person over 70 must endure physical decline or emotional distress. On the contrary, if you already display the 5 signs above, you hold the golden ticket to not just living long but living well. Aging doesn't signify the end, it can mark the beginning of a new chapter. One where you live more slowly, understand yourself more deeply, and savor each remaining moment. Treasure your health, continue nurturing good habits, maintain a positive spirit, and stay connected to those around you. Old age isn't just about years, it's an art of living. For those who recognize this truth, longevity isn't just a possibility, it's a beautiful, meaningful reality. You may not only live to 100, but you may truly live.
10 types of elderly people. WHO live a hard life in old age. Old age is an inevitable stage in everyone's life. It is a time when the body is no longer as flexible as before. Health begins to decline, and many social and psychological issues start to appear. However, not everyone is fortunate enough to live a comfortable and happy life in old age. Without proper preparation in advance or adequate care and attention from family and society, old age can become a significant challenge, leading to a life of hardship and scarcity. Below are 10 types of elderly people who often face difficult, even painful, lives as they grow older. People who live alone, lacking support. One of the most difficult situations for elderly people is living alone. When family members or children cannot stay nearby or provide care, the elderly must manage their lives on their own in their later years. Every day becomes a challenge when there is no one around to help with healthcare, household chores, or even simply having a conversation. Many elderly people feel lonely, emotionally deprived, and have no one to take care of them when they are sick. Furthermore, basic household tasks, like cooking, cleaning, and even grocery shopping, become more difficult as their physical abilities decline. Life becomes exhausting and monotonous, with the fear of an uncertain future growing larger each day. People without a stable income. A key factor that makes life difficult for the elderly is financial hardship. After retirement, not everyone has enough pension income to live comfortably. Some people don't have retirement insurance or savings to rely on in their old age. They may depend on their children, but not all families are financially able to support aging parents. These individuals often live in poverty, carefully managing every penny, even having to forego basic needs to make ends meet. They are often reluctant to spend money on small things like a trip or a treat for themselves, simply to ensure they have enough for essential expenses. People with poor health and chronic illness. Health is one of the most important factors affecting the lives of the elderly. As people age, they face numerous health issues. Chronic illnesses such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, back pain, impaired vision, and hearing loss are common. These health problems not only diminish the quality of life but also make elderly people feel weak and unable to care for themselves. They need help from family or friends, but not everyone has someone to support them. Additionally, long-term treatment for these illnesses, requiring constant medication, adds another burden for the elderly. People who feel lost in the modern world. The world is changing rapidly, and one of the greatest challenges for elderly people is their inability to adapt to the rapid development of technology. Elderly individuals who cannot use smartphones, computers, or online services often feel left behind in today's society. Not being able to communicate via apps, shop online, or make electronic payments makes it difficult for them to access modern conveniences. Moreover, when they need help, they may not know how to search for information or reach the necessary services. People without friends or social relationships. The life of elderly people becomes even more difficult when they lack social connections. Many elderly people, after retirement, lose their friends due to age or their social relationships gradually fade away, leading to loneliness. Without anyone to talk to, share joys and sorrows, their life becomes empty. Prolonged loneliness can affect not only their mental health but also their physical well-being. In some cases, a lack of social relationships can contribute to mental health issues such as depression or anxiety. People living with children but facing abuse or neglect. Not every family has a harmonious relationship with their elderly parents. Some elderly people live with their children but suffer from abuse, neglect, or being taken advantage of. They may be forced to work beyond their capacity, ignored in important decisions, or treated unfairly. Even though they live with family, they may not feel loved, respected, or properly cared for as individuals of value. Such a life becomes burdensome and hopeless, devoid of joy and peace of mind. People who did not prepare for old age. Many people throughout their lives do not have a clear plan for their old age. They may lack savings, health insurance, and any thought about where they will live in their later years, leading them to face a difficult life. When they grow older, they can no longer work and have no other sources of income to maintain their living standards. This leads to a life of dependence on children or relatives. In fact, elderly individuals who do not have financial planning or healthcare arrangements when they are younger will face many hardships. People who have lost their spouse. One of the greatest losses in the life of an elderly person is the death of their spouse. After losing a partner, elderly individuals must live alone, facing all life's challenges without someone to support or share with. This loss affects their emotional well-being and creates more difficulties in terms of material needs. Tasks like healthcare, household chores, and financial management become even harder without a partner. The feeling of loneliness and emotional deprivation can lead to mental exhaustion. People with memory loss or mental health issues. Memory loss, Alzheimer's disease, and other mental health problems are common concerns for the elderly. When they suffer from these conditions, they lose the ability to care for themselves and face risks such as forgetting to eat, getting lost, or not recognizing dangers in their environment. Not being able to take care of themselves leads to numerous difficulties in daily life, and can even cause problems for their loved ones who are responsible for their care. People living in rural areas with limited healthcare services. In rural areas, the lack of medical facilities and healthcare services is a significant issue. Elderly people living in these regions cannot access quality medical care, and there is a shortage of doctors, medications, and necessary medical equipment. When they face health problems, they cannot receive timely medical attention, which worsens their condition. This makes life harder and more difficult for elderly people, especially when they are unable to travel far or lack the health to visit medical centers. Old age is an inevitable journey, but life in old age is not always easy or happy. Without careful preparation, and without the attention from family and the community, elderly people face many challenges. Therefore, creating a supportive and caring environment for the elderly is the responsibility of all of us. We need to take practical measures to ensure that the elderly have a peaceful, healthy, and meaningful life in their later years.